Young entrepreneurs. I find them fascinating and inspiring. Today's guest is the proprietor of Prickly Boba in Waxahachie, Texas. And she's going to tell us her story of how she just decided to be a business owner and she is 22 years old. So take a listen to this episode of Crushing It with Your Tribe.
As a Texas realtor, Robin McCoy is in the unique position to meet and know so many different people in a wide range of industries. These people are her tribe, and she leverages them not only to help her business, but to help theirs as well. Welcome to Crushing It with Your Tribe, where we share real talk about building business and life relationships. Here is your host, Robin McCoy.
Hi, everyone. It's Robin McCoy. I'm a Texas realtor, and you are listening to Crushing It with Your Tribe. And I'm pretty excited about our guest today. She is a young entrepreneur. She is not even 25 years old yet. In fact, she just turned 21. I'm kind of outing her on her age. But I was so impressed with the things that she is doing and starting her own business at such a young age. So I want you to welcome Ashley Rucks, and she owns Prickly Boba in Waxahachie.
Hi, everyone.
So Ashley and I think we met through your mother,
Yeah.
like at the beginning of the pandemic. I think that's
Yeah,
essentially
so.
how you and I met. And I have to tell you, when I first met you, I was just so impressed with how, I guess, confident and driven you were about being an entrepreneur.
Thank you. I never thought about it that way, but I don't know, it just kind of happened.
I mean, you said, if I recall, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit because it's been a minute, but you said something like I don't want to work for somebody else. I want
Yeah,
to work for myself.
right.
And I don't know that there's a lot of young people out there that realize that they can actually do that. I mean, there
Yeah,
may be so more now than before,
yeah.
but
I feel like it's definitely becoming more common, but I mean, when I was growing up, it was like you go to college, you work for somebody, and that's the end of the story, you know?
yeah.
And I mean, I definitely had like my retail job days. I worked at Sonic, JCPenney's, like, all those normal places that people work at. And I think that's what made me realize I can't do this for the rest of my life. I mean,
So
there's
what do you
nothing
think it
wrong.
was? What
I
do you
don't,
think it was? What was it that just drove
it
you to
just,
say, I'm going to do it myself?
it wasn't fun. It wasn't rewarding. I mean, yeah, you got promotions and stuff, but I don't know, it wasn't for me, like, there wasn't anything
Right.
rewarding for myself, and it just I don't know, it's different whenever you have your own business because it's yours, it feels like your own baby, like, I don't have a child, but this feels like having a child.
Yeah, yeah. You have to feed it, you have to take care of it, you have to
Yeah,
pay attention to it.
it's like a
Same thing.
24-hour thing, there's no stopping,
Yeah.
you are fully in it, and it's more work than I've ever done for any job in my life, but I don't mind it because it's for me, and I know there's, like, an end result, and there's a bigger picture. It's
Right.
not working up the company chain for some dude in an office and, making the millions of dollars. I don't know. It's just so much more fun and cool, and you connect with so many people. Like, you could never do this podcast working in a normal 9 to 5 atmosphere, I feel like, so.
Yeah. Well, and it's you know, it is yours and
Yeah.
you control your destiny. Whether it's Prickly Boba for the rest of your life or
Mhm.
it's, building on that into different businesses
Yeah.
and branching out, it is yours and it is all on you, right? Success or
Mhm.
failure is all about what
Right.
you're gonna do, and there's no blaming the guy next door.
Yeah.
The guy upstairs didn't do this, or I think they should do that, right?
Yeah.
So
Can't go
let's
talk
just
to
ta
corporate.
No, no, and it's all about, and you take it home with you every
Yeah.
night, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it's, "We didn't sell enough, we were so busy, I can't see straight. Oh my gosh, I can't
Yeah.
get straws
Yes.
because supply chain,"
Yeah.
all of it.
The ice just delayed my shipment, and we were out of, like, all of the little popping pearls, which is, like, a type of boba, and we worked Saturday after the ice storm and basically had like none of the boba that people like. And that was really frustrating because I felt like I let them down in a way.
Mhm.
But there was nothing I could do. It was stuck on a truck somewhere and we just had to try our best. But it was a really hard day of just
Yeah.
feeling frustrated not having what we needed. And you have days like that. Not every day is going to be perfect. It's not going to be a good day every day. You might have an employee call in and you have to work the whole day, or you're not going to get your shipment in, but it's all on you. And if you don't show up, nobody else is going to show up.
Yeah, well, and that's it, and I think it's an incredible example that you set for the people that work for you. I mean,
Right.
you've gotta be just as inspiring as anything to these
Yeah.
people that work for you that makes them want to work harder for you.
Yeah. I mean, they see me. I'm there all day, every day. I work the longest shifts. I work every day that we're open. So every Saturday since we've opened, I've been there, and I'm just now starting to let go and let them work on their own a little bit without me being there, but it is hard. Like yesterday, I was supposed to leave at like 5. I didn't leave until 7.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just hard
Yeah.
letting go because I just feel like I have to be there with them all the time.
Well, and that's natural, and that's
Yeah,
part of, growing as a business leader is learning how to trust your employees
yeah,
and having that culture, and that's just I don't care if you're, a young entrepreneur, you've been
mhm,
doing it forever, that is always a challenge to do.
right.
So let's back up a little bit. How did you decide on boba tea? Because you started with a truck, am I right? Like a food
Yes.
truck?
Started with a mobile camper. I don't know why or what made me choose boba. I barely started drinking boba whenever I first started. Probably like 2 years prior before I got the camper, somewhere around there, like, it was fairly new to me, but I loved it and my family loved it, and there wasn't really anywhere local to get it. You kinda had to drive like 30, 45 minutes to get it. Um, and one day I think I was just on, like, Facebook Market and I saw the camper. It was listed for sale and it was, like, a couple hours away, and I just remember showing it to my mom and thinking like, what if I do this? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this looks like fun for now. And she was like, "I mean, yeah, whatever you wanna do." And I remember we ended up going on vacation, like, somewhere around that time that I found the camper, and that whole vacation, I was just, like, planning my business, like, I don't know, just doing all the things that you plan when you start a business, like the
Yeah.
logo, what I was even gonna serve. Keep in mind, I had no idea how to make boba or where you buy it from or
How
literally
it's
anything, but
made.
yeah. I had no idea, but I was like, "I'm sure we'll figure it out." I mean, everybody else figured it out, so
Yeah.
we can figure it out.
They're not
And
any
when we got
smarter than me.
yeah, and when we got back from vacation, we went and looked at the camper. I bought it the same day. We took it home, and the rest is history.
Wow. Wow. So I mean, like you just said, you didn't even know how to make it. You didn't really it just kind of I guess just kind of came to you
Yeah,
and you just said,
it
"Well, we'll figure it out." Because
we'll
it could have
figure
been
it out.
anything, right?
Yeah,
It could have been anything. You could have been making snow cones or brownies or,
yeah.
anything else. It's just you happen to land on this.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it because it was different. It wasn't the normal thing around here. It's not your normal taco or chicken wing truck. I mean, where have you seen
Yeah.
a boba camper? I know
Never.
I've never seen it anywhere. I was like, "Well, this would be cool," and the camper was really cute, and I think I just had a lot of fun designing how I wanted my brand to look and my logo, and I liked all the fun stuff, but when
Mhm.
then when it came down to, like, the real business stuff, like
Yeah.
getting, permits and inspections
Yeah.
and all of that, I didn't really know that side of it, but you figure it out really quick what you need, and it I mean, it's worth it. There's pros and
Yeah.
cons, but you just
Yeah.
kinda figure it out and you learn as you go and you can make connections and ask questions with people, and we figured it out. I mean, I've never owned a restaurant or anything before, and neither has anyone in my, like, close family. So, it wasn't hard, just, a couple Google searches and we made it.
And so, and for those that don't know that are listening outside of the DFW area, this is down in Waxahachie, which is about 30 minutes, I should say, about 30
Yeah.
minutes south of the Dallas metroplex.
Mhm.
So it is an area that used to be a small town for a long time, and it is
Yeah.
growing insanely
Yes.
quickly right now. It
It
is
is.
becoming the next, to the south, it is becoming that next big thing,
Yeah.
right? As far as communities go. So nobody else was selling it. So it was like, well, I've got a product that you have to go 30 minutes away to get.
Yeah.
I like it. My family likes it. I can figure out how to make it.
Yeah.
So you figured, you just you got your permit so that you can park your camper in the city
Mhm.
and sell food, because then you've got to have, the health department or whatever those
Yeah.
guys are. They're going to come in and check you out.
Mhm.
So did you just take it one step at a time? Is this the year that you're going to stop paying rent? Is this the year that you are going to finally purchase your own home? But where do you start? How do you get your questions answered? Well, I'm Robin McCoy, and I'm a Texas realtor with Keller Williams. Relax, I got this. I have a home buyers masterclass the first Saturday of every month, and it's free to you, and it's all online. Just text the word masterclass to 214-226-3770, and we'll get you registered and on the path to home ownership. Did you just take it one step at a time? Did you
Yeah. Just learning process. I mean, you feel like you get one thing done and then, oh, there's another thing you have to do.
Yeah.
So it was just going through all the motions and doing it for the first time. It definitely feels overwhelming. And there was definitely times where I was like, ugh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like, I thought it was gonna be easier than this. Like, you just
Yeah.
get in and go. But no, it's definitely not like a get in and go type of situation. It definitely takes time and learning just how to run a business and what all you need to be able to set up at events. And each city has different requirements, different inspections. So
Yeah.
learning all the different ways the cities operate too. But once you get like through, I feel like the first like couple tries, you kind of get the hang of it and you know what you're doing and you definitely feel a little more confident.
So you're not as surprised as
Yeah.
often.
Yeah. Like
So
now
you
2
you
years later, it's a
it's
breeze.
yeah, yeah. Well, and the business has made some changes, right? So you started in the camper, and then you had a storefront.
Yes.
So
So
what caused
after
that change?
um, well, I love doing the camper and it definitely got our name out there and we got a good following. And all of our events were just starting to be super duper crazy, busy, like lines for the whole event. And it was very overwhelming. And I was still doing a normal 9 to 5 job while doing the camper
Oh,
too.
wow.
So I was just doing the camper on the weekends for events and stuff. And I knew I wanted to make it my full-time career or job, you could say. And so it just kind of felt like the next step was to get a shop. I didn't know where or how that works either, but
Yeah.
we figured it out. And I
Yeah.
found this little shop in downtown Waxahachie, and I want to say it was like 6 months-ish after we had the camper, maybe a little longer. But we moved in last January, and now we actually moved to a bigger location this
I was gonna
November.
say, then you
Yeah,
changed. You got a
we changed
different spot.
location. I mean, we're still in downtown Waxahachie. We're actually on the downtown square now with other
Okay.
businesses, because the other one was kind of off the beaten path, but it was still in downtown. But our first location, it was super small. We served out of like a window, kind of like a walk-up taco stand, if you wanna
Mhm.
imagine it.
Like
It
a
was kind
snow
of like
cone
that.
stand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like that, and I was like, "Oh, we need more room," like, we it was
This
so
ain't working.
tiny. Yeah, so the new location just so happened to pop up right whenever I was looking to move. Everything somehow falls into place for me. I don't know how, but I'm glad it does. And
There's
so
a guy named his name's John Acuff, and one of the things he tells himself is even when, it's like the instead of saying, "Why doesn't anything ever work out for me?" He just always
mhm,
says, even when things go sideways, always works out for me.
right,
Everything always works out for me.
yeah.
And now
I always
everything
tell
works out
myself
for him.
everything happens for a reason. That's
Yeah.
what I say. Everything happens for a reason.
So now you've got, an inside location. People can come
Mhm,
in and they can sit down and you
yep,
sell everything from it's not just boba tea, it's lemonades and teas and frozen drinks and coffees and energy drinks and all the
yep, and
I
we
mean
added
your
acai
product line.
bowls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we've
So,
definitely grown a lot with our menu too.
yeah. And so how okay, let me ask you this. How do you fund this? I mean, you're
Well,
working at J.C. Penney.
yeah.
And I know you didn't fund it for with that income. I
Well,
mean, how
since I
does this
started
fund?
working at 6 I started working at 16 years old, and I just
Okay.
always had a little savings account that I would move money over every time I got paid. I would move money into my savings account, which my dad kind of instilled that in me, like, ever
Yeah.
since I was a kid. When I would get my Christmas money or my birthday money, half of it would go into my savings account. So it
Yeah.
kind of started from doing that, and then when I
Sure.
started working, I just did the same thing with my money. I moved it to my savings account. Of course, I would, like, spend it. Every girl loves to go shopping and stuff, but I had my way, and to this day, I still do that. I'll put money in my savings account and then keep money in my checking
That
account,
is
obviously spend.
amazing.
So I
So,
started it
for
all
the
off with
yeah.
savings.
Wow. So the lesson there is, kids, is put half your money away when you're working at your Sonic and your
Yeah.
J.C. Penney, and Santa and grandma give you money
Yep.
so that when you turn 21, you can start your own business and you don't have to go working for anybody.
You don't have to
There's
get a
the
loan.
You don't have to get a loan. I mean, think
Yeah.
about that, right? You funded this off your savings that you had been building, and
Mhm.
now you've moved it. You bought a camper. You've you've been able to secure locations, two permanent, storefront
Mhm.
locations, and now your business is funding itself.
Yep.
It's incredible. In
Yeah.
what, 2 years?
Yeah, I think it's been about 2 what are we in, 23? I started in 21, so yeah, it's been
Yeah,
about 2 years.
it's incredible. I mean, that's a total success story right there. It's just a total success story. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. If somebody was, whether they're 21 or 51, what would you say to somebody that has an idea in their head that they want to do? I mean, what is,
I just say go for it. You have nothing to
yeah,
lose if you go for it, but you always wonder what would have happened if you didn't go for
yeah,
it. I mean, it doesn't you don't nobody starts, like, grand, like, you're in this big building, like, in the prime location. We all start somewhere, and if it's
yeah,
starting with, like, pop-up booths at events, like, you have a little tent and, all your little stuff set up, or on Etsy. I mean, Etsy, you can sell all kinds of stuff on there, so I say just start where you can and do your best, promote your business and believe in yourself and your product, and other people will believe in it too.
yeah. I mean, I think that is beautiful, sound advice. The limiting beliefs that we often have about what we're capable of
Yeah.
can keep us from soaring to all kinds of heights, right?
Mhm.
I mean, so what do your friends say? So that your peer group and you say, "No, I gotta," I mean, you're working 7 days a
Yeah.
week, right? I mean, what do your friends say about all this?
I think they're all kind of used to it now. They don't really I mean, they're always there to support me and help out whenever, but I think it's all just kind of normal to them now.
Yeah.
That I'm
Because
just
they went graduated and they went to work for
yeah,
accounting firms and marketing firms and, you
yeah.
know,
I think it's
and
just
then you're
normal
out
for
here
me.
and you're out here selling boba tea?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think they see, like, how much work I put into it,
Yeah.
and they probably are like, I think I like my job, just, work my hours and I go home."
Yeah, yeah. Well, and so now you've got employees, so right? So now you are a manager and a leader. How
Yep.
did how did that transition go for you when it went from just you to now I have to hire people?
Be the leader you know you can be. Build your professional network and access education that takes you where you want to go. We are women of all ages and backgrounds. You deserve national recognition and opportunities to build relationships with people you want to work and grow with. Hit the ground running with the Charisma chapter of the American Business Women's Association. Meetings each month from 6 to 8:30 p.m. on the fourth Tuesday in Farmers Branch, Texas, and online. Come with us. Experience ABWA for yourself. Go to charisma.abwa.org to learn more.
Did you just take it one step at a time?
Yes. It was kind of weird because 'cause I'm about the same age or a little older as the people that you generally wanna work for me is usually high schoolers or college kids.
Mhm.
So it's a little weird managing people that feel like they're the same age as me, even though, I mean, there is, like, an age gap, but it's still just weird. It's
Yeah,
like managing my
your
siblings or
friends.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
my
brothers.
friends.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
exactly.
It was weird, but I will say at my, like, normal old job, I did manage, like, over some of the employees, so I was kind of used to that aspect, but now I'm HR too, so that was weird. Like, interviewing people is weird and dealing with payroll. I mean, I do everything. I'm HR, payroll, I make the schedule, I work the normal shifts that all they
Yeah.
work. So it's definitely weird
Yeah.
hiring people.
Well, and you're responsible for their paycheck,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we gotta sell us some tea and coffee
Mhm.
because, I mean, think about this and what a lot of people, don't think about. Like Dallas just had and Texas had that big ice storm last
Yeah.
week. And everybody in Texas gets iced in and you can't go
Mhm.
anywhere. And when you're a business like yours where you rely on people to walk through the door
Yeah.
and you go a week that you are not open.
It definitely hurts.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it,
Yeah.
don't
You
you?
definitely feel it, but as a business owner, you're kind of prepared for those times where it's just kind of out of your hands. I mean, all of the businesses downtown were closed, so that definitely made me feel better that I wasn't the only one,
Yeah.
that was kind of suffering, you could say.
Right,
But
right.
you just kinda have to be prepared for those times, that you're gonna randomly have to be closed or
Because
the
anything can happen,
weather.
right?
Yeah,
Anything can happen.
yeah.
I mean,
There's nothing you can do about it.
no, no, and that's something that I think we all, it's about controlling the things you can control
Right.
and realizing, look, my boba pearls didn't come in. There's nothing I can do about that. It's
Mhm.
on a truck in Oklahoma and it will be here when it gets here.
Yeah.
So now, how can I without, I know I'm disappointing you because you didn't get the one you want, but I have this one,
Yes.
and trying to, do the
Yeah.
best you can.
Yes.
Because
That's all you can do is just try to make the situation the best that you can. I mean, I even made, like, a little post at the end of the night on my social media. I was just like, "I'm sorry today was such a hot mess, but I promise we'll have our stuff together next week as soon as that shipment comes in." And I had people swipe up and they're like, "We thought y'all did amazing today, like, we stopped by, we loved it." And so that
good.
made me feel better because I definitely felt bad. Because if you're going somewhere, you kind of expect them to have, like,
Yeah.
what you want, and so I feel bad if we don't have what they're wanting. So, I just be real with people too. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I just posted, I'm like, "I'm so sorry, but, we were kind of a hot mess today," and that's exactly how I worded it 'cause people love just genuine, that was just
Yeah.
genuinely how I felt. And so I think a lot of people understood. I mean, we had some people like, "Ugh, we'll just go somewhere else." And I'm like, "Okay."
You're always gonna have those people.
Yeah,
They,
you always get those
maybe yeah,
people.
but they may not have cups because theirs are on a truck
Yeah,
in Arkansas. So,
yeah.
I
So,
mean,
you just try your best.
yeah, and that's all you can do. And I just, like I said, I just admire how you um decided this is what you were gonna do and you went out and you made it happen, and you're successful at it in a short period of time.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a short period of time,
No,
but I
because you've
guess
been working every day for 2 years.
looking at the timeline, I guess it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been watching on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, that's such a cute camper, and look what she's doing. And then, oh my gosh, now she's got this space. What? She's got another one, and it's bigger. And just watching this business grow on Facebook. I'm not down in Waxahachie very much, so I haven't
Yeah.
been able to come in.
Well, I think that's what people love too, is seeing that you're putting back into the business.
Yes.
You're not just doing whatever with it. People see that we're growing every chance that we get. We're moving up. We're doing new things. We're always just trying to be the best business we can, I guess.
Well, and when you're on like the square or one of those, and you the community in these, the sense of community in these communities is huge.
Yeah.
And I think people they really want to support the local and small businesses within the community. They really
Right.
want to. And so by being a part of that community and being out there and being transparent, and like you said, look, we were a hot mess. ICE kept our pearls away,
Yeah.
however we will, and just owning it, right?
Yeah.
Just owning it.
Right. And that's what I
So,
love about
yeah.
downtown is it is all local businesses for the most part. And we just all support each other, we post each other's stuff. There's like 5 different coffee shops down there, but we all go there, support. It doesn't matter how many of the same thing that there is. It's that we're all small businesses and we all have the same end goal. It's just to thrive and
There's enough for everybody.
yeah.
Right? Being a realtor, and I think you got your real estate license too, didn't you? Or did you finish
No,
that?
I never finished
Okay,
it.
you started the boba tea thing.
Yeah.
But there's enough real estate transactions for all of us. We
Right.
don't need to, try and hoard things, or
Right.
we want to support and share and help our colleagues and our fellow business owners within whatever industry you're in.
Right.
Right? That's how everything keeps working out for you. It's because you're doing the right things. So I do want to mention too, again, I want to name it. It's Prickly Boba, and it is on the square in Waxahachie.
Mhm.
They are also available for private parties. So I'm guessing birthday parties, baby showers, all the things.
Work meetings. I
Work
don't know.
meetings. I would throw something out there to the business owners. If you have networking groups and things like that want to meet in a local place, that this might be a good place to do that.
Yeah.
There's BNI groups and master networks groups and all those professional networking groups. This might be a really neat place to check out if you're down in Waxahachie.
Yeah, come check us out.
So what is one thing that maybe you would like to get across or let people know that maybe we didn't touch on?
Well, I guess my story makes it sound easy running a business or whatever you want to do, but it's definitely not as easy as it sounds. And there's going to be hard times where you feel like giving up or just not doing it at all. And you just got to get through those tough times because it's inevitable. So just get through the hard stuff and you'll learn and you'll grow and you won't have to go through that again because you'll learn from your mistakes. And it'll all work out as long as you put 100% effort into it and just believe in your story and your goal. It'll come together.
It'll come together.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Ashley, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. You guys, if you're in Waxahachie, you need to stop by Prickly Boba and check out all their goodies. They got all kinds of stuff there, and it's really a cute store. Like I said, I've seen it. Go follow her on Facebook and Instagram. And
Thanks for joining us for Crushing It with Your Tribe with Texas Realtor Robin McCoy. Check out all the show notes for contact information on Robin and her guests and to access your free resources and information discussed on this episode. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a conversation. Thanks again, and we will see you next time on Crushing It with Your Tribe with Robin McCoy.